Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Ram Report with your free NFL week number 3 previews and predictions. Hope you have yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Ram Report. You can get the Ram Report each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's get to your SBI Sports Betting Index for week number 3. You can see last week in the NFL, a pretty good week for the favorites. In fact, they won 68.8% of the games last week in the National Football League. 81.3% of the games went over the total. So bullish market according to the SBI here for the overs in the NFL. And when it comes to the point spread, well, pretty much a coin flip, a neutral market. 43.8 for the favorites last week, 50% for the underdogs. But on the season, 59.4% of the underdogs have covered the spread in the National Football League through the first 2 weeks. 53.2% of the games went over, and 56.3% of the favorites have won those games straight up. All right, let's get to your week number 3 forecasts and predictions, courtesy of the Ram Report. You can see here San Francisco Thursday night game, a 9.5-point favorite, 44.5 is the total. We're going to lean with San Fran in this one. 26.9 to 18.8, the over-under landing on 45.8, so we do like this game to go over the total. San Francisco, 81.4% chance to winning, only 24.3 for the Giants. We're off a great comeback win over the Cardinals. 31-28 was the final there, while San Francisco had a bit of a rough time, but managed to pull through at the end, 30-23 against the Rams. Atlanta Falcons taking on the Detroit Lions. The Lions coming off a 37-31 loss to the Seahawks, while the Falcons, they hung on for the win, 25-24. A seesaw battle against the Packers. And today on Sunday, -4 is the line for the Lions, 45.5 is the total. And we're going to lean with slightly, look at that number, 23.88 for Detroit, 23.6 for Atlanta. The over-under landing on 47.5. So we do like it to go over the total. And looking at the line value here at the Ram Report, I did have Detroit listed at -2.5, and you are laying 4, so a bit overvalued today on Sunday against the Falcons. And for Atlanta, we had them at 5.44, so if you do like Atlanta, you are getting fair market value. Buffalo Bills taking on the Washington Commanders. Now, the Commanders coming off a 35-33 win over Denver. And what a great second half for the Commanders against the Broncos. While the Bills, even though they let that first touchdown go against the Raiders, they came back to win that one 38-10, was never in doubt. And they are a 6.5-point road favorite against the Commanders this Sunday. And we are going to lean with the Bills in this one, 26.2 to 21.2, the over-under, landing on 47.4. So we do have this game going over the total. And we did have the Bills listed at -4.7 on their value index, and they're overvalued at 6.5. And if you do like Washington, you are getting good value at +6.5 as a home underdog. Indianapolis Colts, big win on Sunday against the Houston Texans. 31-20 was the final. Baltimore really looking good against Cincinnati. And we all know Burrow's not looking good on that leg, that calf injury muscle. And Baltimore, 7.5-point home favorite against the Colts. 44.5 is the total. And we're going to lean with Lamar Jackson and company. 26.2 to 19.8, the over-under at 46.03. So we do have this game flying over the total. And we're going to give the Ravens, who are off to a nice 2-0 start, an 80.7% chance of winning. And look at that, Baltimore's covered their first 2 games of the season, while the Indianapolis Colts are 1-1 straight up and against the number. And their first 2 games have flown over the total. New Orleans Saints coming off a Monday night win over the Carolina Panthers. 2017 was the final. The Packers losing by 1 in Atlanta. They're a 1.5-point home favorite at Lambeau this Sunday. And looking at the total, 42.5, a really low total in that one. And we're going to lean with the Packers, 22.9 to 20.1, the over-under, landing on 43.06, so a hair over the total of 42.5. Our line value on the game, we had Green Bay listed at -4.7. And if you're wondering how do you get your line value on, well, we have a value index chart. And what we do is we look at the team and the team they're facing. So they're facing the New Orleans Saints, who are 2-0. So an A-type team, a team with a 60 or higher win percentage. And anytime Green Bay is at home against those teams with a 60 or higher win percentage, that is the average line. So that's where we get our -1.5 or -4.72 to compare to the -1.5. So that's the way you know Green Bay undervalued here. So if you do like Green Bay, you know what? Maybe you want to take them on the money line. All right, Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now the Jags, a 9.5-point favorite against the Texans. 43.5 is the total, and we're going to lean with the Jaguars in this one. 29.1 to 17.7. The over-under at 46.8. We're going to give the Chiefs Not the Chiefs. Yeah, Jacksonville lost to the Chiefs 17-9, but we're going to give the Jags a 75% chance on the cow, the chance of winning based on the law of average theory here at the Ren Report, compared to only 17.6 for the Houston Texans, who are 0-2 to start the campaign. Cleveland Browns taking on the Tennessee Titans. Bad news for the Browns, losing Nick Chubb this Monday night on a leg injury. They're a 3-point favorite, 39.5 is the total, and we're going to lean with Cleveland in this one. 21.2 to 19.4, the over-under, landing on 40.68. So another tight total here on the computer pick to go over the total. And looking at the chance of winning, 54.4, 40.3 for the Titans. And line value, minus 4.4 for the Cleveland Browns. So if you like Cleveland, you're getting pretty much fair market value. All right, LA Chargers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings 0-2 to start the year. They're off to a pretty slow start and off a 28-34 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. Lost the first game to Tampa Bay, and they are a home underdog in this one by 1. And looking at the total, 54.5, big total right there. And we do have the Vikings winning by 1 point here, 27.2 to 26.9. The over-under landing on 54.2. So we do have this game going under the total. Man, these these totals are very tight according to our analytics. All right, New England Patriots taking on the New York Jets. Yeah, and looking at the Patriots coming off a 24-17 loss to the Dolphins, while the Jets, they got spanked against the Cowboys. 30-10 was the final. And we're going to lean with the New England Patriots in this one as a 3-point road favorite, 19.9 to 16.9. The over-under landing on 36.9. So we do have that game, again, really tight on the number, going over the total. And you know what? It's a game of inches. Anytime you're dealing with the NFL, it's a parity-driven league. Analytics do matter, and we'll see if we can cash in some tickets using our analytics this Sunday. But 36.9, so we do have it going over the total. And we're going to give the Patriots, look at that, a 52.9% chance of winning. But if you like the New York Jets, we got them at 51.7. So again, numbers are very tight. Denver Broncos taking on the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins winning in Foxborough this Sunday, 24-17, while the Broncos, they lost to the Washington Commanders after having a lead and just blowing that lead. 35-33 was the final. And on the Sunday at the Hard Rock Stadium, you got Miami a 6-point home favorite, 47.5 is the total. And we're going to lean with the Dolphins in this one, 29.4 to 26.9. The over-under landing on 56.4, so we like this one to fly over the total. And looking at Denver, they're now 0-2 on the season, while the Dolphins are 2-0. And you know what? 2 road wins for the Dolphins. Now they get some home cooking, and we give them a -6 here on the value index. So if you like Miami this weekend, you are getting fair market value. All right, the Seattle Seahawks, off a big win in Detroit. 37-31 was the final, while Carolina losing on Monday night to the Saints, 2017. Seahawks a 6-point home favorite, and 41.5 is the total. We're going to lean with Seattle in this one, 23.4 to 19.3. The over-under at 42.8. So we do have this game going over the total, and we're going to give the Seahawks a 67.3% chance of winning. And if you do like Seattle in the value, well, you are overvalued this weekend. We had them at -4.7, so a little bit of an over, maybe I wouldn't say an overreaction, but that line should be closer to -4.7. Dallas Cowboys taking on the Cardinals. Cardinals 0-2, giving up that big lead to the Giants this past Sunday. 31-28 was the final. The Cowboys looking really good in the first 2 games. In fact, they're a 12.5-point road favorite in Arizona this Sunday in the desert. 43.5 is the total. And we're going to lean with Dallas, 28.3, 16.5. The over-under at 44.9. And looking at the Cowboys on a 2-game win streak, I had them listed at -5.3, so maybe an overreaction here at -12.5. But you know what? That Dallas defense looking really good to start the campaign. Chicago Bears taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs rebounding off that opening loss at home field at Arrowhead against Detroit on Thursday night a few weeks ago. They won 17-9 this past Sunday in Jacksonville. And for the Bears, they lost to the Buccaneers 27-17. Kansas City coming in as a 12-point favorite against the Bears, and we do like KC to win this one, 32-15. The over-under landing on 48.5, and we do like this game to go over the total. Looking at the line value, I did have Kansas City at -10, and you can see you're laying 12. Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders -3 home favorite, 42.5 is the total. Raiders coming off a 38-10 loss to the Bills, while the Steelers winning on Monday night, 26-22. And we do like the, look at this one, a tight one. 20.99 for the Raiders, 20.2 for the Steelers, the over-under at 41.2. So we do like it to go under the total. But if you want a tiebreaker, there it is. The chances of winning, 53.2% chance of winning here for the Raiders compared to 46.9 for the Steelers. And we have the Raiders at fair market value at -3. And your last game of the week on Monday Nighter against Tampa Bay and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles, a -4-point favorite. 45.5 is the total. And we're going to lean with the Eagles in this one. 23.03 to 19.8. The over-under at 42.88. So we do have this game going under the total. We're going to give the Eagles a 46.6% chance of winning compared to 31.2 for Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. I had the Bucs listed at +3 here on the value index. And you are getting +4. You're getting really good value here against the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, before you go, let's take a look at the scoring reports. Defense and offense. Dallas Cowboys, your #1 team on offense, averaging 35 points per game. And Green Bay Packers, even though they don't have Aaron Rodgers this year, Jordan Love doing a good job scoring 31 points per game, while the Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers also scoring 30 points per game. And when it comes to defense, there's no doubt the Dallas Cowboys D playing lights out. 5 points against this season. Cleveland, 14.5. And the 49ers and Chiefs, the Chiefs, 15 points against in their last 2 games. And folks, if you go to the Rem Report and you go to the scoring ranking, go to your game matchup button right there, and it'll tell you the ranking. So you got the 28th listed offense on the Giants up against the 4th offense in San Francisco. Or another way you can look at it, the Giants' 28th ranked offense against the #3 defense, and San Francisco's #4 offense against the 32 ranked defense in the Giants. So that's just another way you can handicap using the Rain Report. And speaking of stats and trends, here's some good ones here for you. Anytime the Ravens are a 7 to 9.5 point home favorite after a division game since 1996, they've won 95% of their games. They are 19-1. The Packers, 15-1 at Lambeau when they're playing the month of September the last 10 years. That's good for 93.7%. The Chiefs, 14-1 as a home team when the total is 47.5 the last 7 years. And let's leave you with a good total right here. The Denver Broncos, 12-1 to the under as a road team, coming off a home loss as a favorite the last 7 seasons, and that's good for 92.3%. All right, there you have it. That is the Ram Report NFL Weekly Roundup for week number 3. Again, folks, you can get the Ram Report each and every day at atsstats.com, and check out the free Ram Report matchup divisions. Just go to matchups right here, then go to the pull-down menu, get the game of your choice, and if you scroll down to the bottom, this is where we got some of the best stats and trends to hook you up with. And always remember, trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent. Have yourself a great week number 3. I'll see you back shortly with another Ram Report.